Okay, so today I'm reviewing this Torgem softbox photography lighting kit. Now, I purchased this softbox because I create content and I needed a portable lighting solution that had a bunch of different temperature settings as well as a bunch of brightness settings that I could control on my end. I have only owned this particular softbox light set for about 2 weeks or so, and I've only used it 3 times, but so far I love it. I plan to use this to create content for my various social media platforms, as well as to do like my makeup to kind of light up my makeup setup area, my beauty space. I used it a couple of days ago while doing a facial, and my ability to like adjust the temperatures with the remote so I didn't need to get up from my setup or like from my mirror where I was sitting at doing my facial. I had a bunch of makeup products out and a bunch of skincare products out. I was able to adjust the lighting and do what I needed to do without even moving from that spot. What I love most about this softbox in particular is how easy it is to move from one space to the next. I own a large softbox set already that I really love, but I wanted a new smaller one that was a little bit more compact because sometimes I'll film in one area and then the next, and trying to move those two big lights, it was super inconvenient. So I like this particular one because I can easily do that without having to be, burdened down by heavy lights, finding space for the lights, plugs and such. This is super convenient. Not only is this one really perfect to be able to move from one space to the next, but it's super lightweight, and it even comes with like a little carrying bag. So if I needed to take it away from home and set up someplace else, so long as I had a power source, I'd easily be able to do that. Would I repurchase this? It's still a little early to say, as I've only owned it for about a month, and typically I like to kind of really play around with something before I decide if I would want to buy it again. But just based on the reasons that I purchased this to begin with, I'd say I would. Actually, I definitely would, because I'm already thinking of adding a second one to use when I'm doing sit-down videos so that I have even lighting on both sides of my face. And actually, no, now that I think of it, it is a yes, because I've already got one in my cart. So the answer would be yes. Here are the top 3 asked questions answered. Can it be used with a green screen setup? Now, I didn't test this light using a green screen setup because I no longer film content that way, but I'm super familiar with a green screen setup and how that looks and how that works. And I would say, yes, you can definitely use this just fine with the green screen setup. You have so much control over the brightness and the temperature because it has this soft box kind of filter diffuser screen on it. So it would be a perfect fit to go with the green screen setup for sure. How durable are its bulbs typically? Again, I've only owned this for less than a month and I've only used it a handful of times, but the bulb is a hard plastic kind of filling material. So I would say it's pretty durable. I mean, you can pop the bulb in the little carrying bag that it came with and, move that thing around. And if it was bumping around in there with like the legs or the stand, I think it would be just fine. Now, I wouldn't recommend throwing it around and, if you threw it up against the ground, I mean, I feel like it would probably break, but with reasonable use, it's perfectly sturdy, perfectly durable. How easy is the setup process? Now, you saw my husband set it up for the initial assembly, take it down, and then set it up again. I edited that footage down, of course, and it was sped up as well. So you wouldn't have been able to see it in real time, but it took my husband all of maybe 3 to 5 minutes total to completely set it back up. If you were to like put it in the bag, go somewhere and set up, how long would it take? I'd say 3 to 5 minutes, maybe even less than that if that was only his second time, or it's actually his first time resetting it up, his second time setting it up. So I'd say it's super fast, easy to break down, super easy to set back up.